Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by mycar, Tyre Auto, Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, I'm Tom and this is Joy.
Hello.
And welcome to today's review of the Cupra Tavascan VZ all-wheel drive variant here in Sydney, Australia. Let's go check it out. Okay, so there are two variants of the Cupra Tavascan for Australia. There's the Endurance, which is the rear-wheel drive variant, and the VZ, which is this car, all-wheel drive. The Endurance starts at $60,990 before on roads, all the way up to $74,490 for the VZ before on roads. The driveway price is $71,290 for the Endurance. I think there are some packs that come included with that driveway price, and then the VZ driveway is $79,990. Output is 210 kilowatts and 545 newton meters of torque, which is quite a bit. And then the VZ is an extra 40 kilowatts and an extra 134 newton meters for the front motor. 0 to 100 in 5.5 for the VZ, which is this car, all the way up to 6.8 seconds for the Endurance. Both have a 77 kilowatt hour NMC battery. Range is anywhere from 499 to 534, although I am questioning this because the efficiency is quite high in the cockpit, as I'll show you in a second. They're claiming an efficiency of 14.4 to 15.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. AC of 11 kilowatt charging, which is good, and DC of 135 kilowatts. It's 4.644 meters in length, and the weight is anywhere from 2.178 tons for the rear-wheel drive to 2.284 tons for the all-wheel drive VZ variant.
Maybe the efficiency is based on driving in like eco mode or something, but I mean, if you got a car like this and like a performance spec, would you really be driving it in eco mode?
Nope, I would definitely be doing spirited driving in this car. Now, let's take a walk around that way. So this, as you probably guessed by now, has the MEB platform, which is designed by VW, Volkswagen. So it's essentially the same car as the VW ID4, which we reviewed last week. Obviously looks different because it's designed by Cupra. Designed in Spain, Barcelona, but the vehicle is actually produced in Anhui province in China. The battery is apparently made in Europe. So let's go this way. There's the front of the vehicle. Looks stunning. I quite like the design of this car.
Yeah, and like it's angular, which really suits like this sort of like kind of like a bit zippier, you know, smaller, zippier car.
Yeah, it's I think it's really sexy. It's like asking you to have fun with the car, right?
Well, I just think it looks like a little bit aggressive, but I like that in a car.
Yeah, it looks zippy and it drives really well, as we'll show you in a second. I love this Cupra bronzy color. This is all throughout their branding.
It's huge, actually. Yeah. Is it normally that big? It looks bigger than normal. It's like when they say, you know, can you make my logo bigger? And then they really did.
I like it. Cupra. And then you've got some more of this bronze tone down here in the air intake.
Yeah, it's nice.
One thing I will say though, there's quite a lot of piano black, this glossy material throughout the car as we walk around this way. It's quite prevalent.
The other thing is like, it doesn't sit flush because, is that like some sort of aerodynamic thing?
I think it's deliberate, yeah. The air intake goes this way, so it just helps with aero. Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool.
So cool.
But
it looks like aggressive.
That's what
really
I said.
Sporty. Yeah. Check out the wheels too. They're designed so well. It's fantastic. So these are running on Hankooks, 21 inch. They're huge. They're huge tires.
Yeah.
Fills the wheel arch really nicely. It still drives really well. It's not that firm on the road. It's really nice. See some more piano black right across here.
This sort of shape reminds me a little bit of the Polestar, like from the back, back part of it.
No, I tend to agree.
Not the front bit.
Yeah.
But it kind of like tapers into like a Polestar looking.
Yeah. It's still an SUV, 4.6 meters in length. I think it's just slightly bigger than the ID4 that we had last week.
Yeah. It's a much better shape than the ID4.
Yeah, I agree.
Which, like I said, was kind of like the VW Golf, but with a bit more air puffed up into it. But yeah.
Yeah, so the ID4 had a bit of a lip here, extended out this way, but this is quite a fast back shape. Very aero.
It just looks like it would go fast.
Yeah. The door handles are very similar to the ID4, so same sort of powered assisted as you called it last week.
Machine assisted, I call it.
Hand underneath.
Yep.
Of course, very nice thunk kind of sound. Yeah. Probably not as good as the ID4, I'm going to say. Just.
Really?
Yeah. It's still nice, but I think ID4 was marginally better. charge port, that's similar to ID4 as well, just the plug for
Sensible
the DC.
only the, yeah.
Yes, indicator. So we come around the back. I love the back as well. It looks so cool. It looks so sporty.
Is
and
it VZ or VZ?
Ooh, I mean, we're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
To say VZ, but they probably call it VZ.
I don't
VZ
know,
probably
but
sounds
if
better.
it's European, like it would be Z as well.
More
isn't
British,
it?
right? Yeah. That lights up that Cupra logo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. See if I can start it up for you. Let's have a look.
Ah.
Nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, reverse lights are here. Love that triangular light signature. Nice diffusers down here too. 360 camera. I think not quite 360, but there are cameras on like either side, front and back. Just doesn't have that 360 wraparound, as I'll show you later on. That's huge, that Cupra badging. It's massive.
But it doesn't look out of place.
No. No roof rail, so it's like designed to be sporty rather than utility. I'll just show you guys the boot. I forgot to bring the big Bertha, but if it's pretty much the same as the Cupra, the Volkswagen ID4, then it should fit it.
Yeah.
It's just
It doesn't even have our usual grocery bags.
No, I forgot that
But
today.
it will.
Yeah.
As in like, yeah, your Big Bertha would definitely fit.
It would, yeah. It looks like the ID4 kind of size.
And there's the ski tunnel again.
Yeah.
Sorry. There.
Oh, sorry, ski
Yep.
tunnel there. The emergency kit's missing in this press car. And there's a 12-volt plug socket there. There you go. Very European, as you said, ski tunnel.
Yep.
Goes through to the front. Nice solid parcel shelf down here. And powered liftgate. So all the mod cons. Yeah, I mean, by the way this is shaped, I'd be very happy to drive this in Sydney. I think it would be quite an eye-opener, the way it looks. So there it is, the Cupra Tavascan VZ or VZ variant, all-wheel drive on MEB ID4 underpinnings.
There's no bad angle for this car.
No, you're right.
Yep.
Looks so good. All right, well let's check out the back row to start with. Oh, and privacy tint too.
See, I'm forgetting to say that because I'm just like, you know, admiring how nice the car's shape.
I know. It's shockingly good. Okay, let's hop in. Oh, the styling is fabulous. There's bronzes all across here again.
It's really pretty with the lights.
Yeah. I think this lights up, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can already see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice soft materials too. So, and even if it's hard, it still looks good.
But this is like the 70-something car, isn't it?
It's the more expensive
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Map pockets though, still versatile. And yeah, this armrest there. Ski tunnel, we saw earlier, goes right through.
Like they've copied this. They've not copied. They've carried this like detailing all the way through. So it's on the seats. It's on the side with the lights.
Yeah, Alcantara like.
There's
the
that, and
tunes.
even I know we'll get to the front later, but
Yeah.
even that front.
Looks fab.
Yeah.
Manual vents. down here.
Hurrah.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's tuning up. Yep. Manual vents.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that will come on.
That does. Let me pop that on. Yeah, I'm not sure why the cars switch off in the MEB platforms.
I mean, I guess that's good to like save.
Yeah. So yeah, that's oh sorry, turn off again. I've got to.
Oh no, we saw it. We saw it.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
And a lot of beeps and boops because obviously we've got doors open.
Yeah, USB-C ports down there, and then got the flat floor. Good. So yeah, I mean family sports car, 4.6 meters, reasonable.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably hop in the front row.
I'm still admiring this back row here.
Yeah. Okay, so no frunk or no bonnet storage, but I'm glad the front is very squat because EVs should be like that. There's no
Is it
engine.
squat though? I kind of felt like it was longer than usual.
I mean, for an EV, it's about right. Some EVs that are based on ICE platforms have a very long bonnet. That's
Yeah.
just not right, but this is just right, I think. This is
Okay.
good.
Because I feel like sometimes they even end like here,
yeah,
but then it's got like,
For the smaller cars, yeah.
maybe I'm just overthinking this.
Well, I think
or
the
I've
proportions
forgotten.
are good.
Yeah.
Let's check your side. You're beeping, you're booping. What's going on? I think because, no, the doors are all flush. What's the warning say?
Vehicle's switched on.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. Great styling, right? Almost reminds you of the Zeekas. In some ways.
It's really nice. Yeah. But I mean, you pay more for it.
You do. It's actually more expensive than the ID4s.
Oh, definitely. But you can see why.
Yeah, the ID4 is like the workhorse, and this is just like the pleasure vehicle.
Yeah, like the ID4 had some of that, you know, that sort of plastic
Hard
that you didn't
plastics.
like, which is down here, but
That's okay.
beyond really what you can sort of see.
But then look at this, right? This trim is just amazing.
Yeah.
That bronze right across.
What does this feel like? I don't know.
It's not bad. Yeah,
And I have to say the sound system is exceptional.
it's quite good. But then this is in the VZ variant, so I don't know whether the base variant gets it as well.
Or whether you like it's
Yeah.
like a sound pack or something and you pay more for it.
Yeah, if I just come right back here. So it feels like, I think to me, it feels like you're in an alien spacecraft. That's how I feel.
Yeah, well that's why you said cockpit. And it
Yeah.
actually feels like a cockpit for once.
Yeah. I mean, this feels like there's an alien spine right in the middle here, and then it
You
branches
take
out.
off in a spaceship.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I mean, it still feels like an ID4. Like, this is ID4-ish. This is ID4. We saw that last week.
Oh, and the same with only
Same.
2 buttons.
Yeah. Even the steering controls are ID4-ish. That's, similar haptic controls here. The screen, high res as it is, it's still got the VW software, which, again, we mentioned last week. It feels a generation behind still.
I need to see it in a squishy parking spot because obviously up here in reverse it looked okay, but would it look okay, like on the lower levels with lots of cars and a pillar and all that? Will I be able to work out what's what?
We'll test it for sure. Yep. But yeah, otherwise, let's have a look down here in the storage. So, wireless charging down here, a couple of USB-C ports, and it's got wireless Apple CarPlay before I forget Android Auto, which is a step up from ID4.
Yes,
Doesn't have that.
which had to be plugged in.
Doesn't have a sunglass holder per se, but I am leaving my sunnies there. Seems to sit okay. A couple of cute-looking drink holders, again with more bronze
Ooh.
trims.
Are these French doors?
French doors, yes.
Oh.
Ooh, fits my stuff nicely. Another 12-volt plug socket in there. Very deep storage. I think conceivably you could put a aftermarket tray there just to break it up.
Yeah, but I like, lots of storage.
You like it? Yep.
Yep.
Instrument cluster, very ID4-like again. Slightly better in terms of, there must be an update for the Cupra compared to ID4. Looks slightly better. No head-up display. I think the European
It looks
markets has
significantly better.
It looks better here?
Yeah.
Let's see the efficiency of this. Let's talk about that actually. We'll do that in the drive maybe. 21.9, you can just see it
yeah,
there.
you're
That's
right.
quite high. We can actually adjust it. See, since
Wow.
start, long term. So 19.5 over 1,300 kilometres over different journalists driving it. So still on the high side and certainly nowhere near what they claim in the spec sheet. So either everyone's doing spirited driving or it's just a bit more hungry and thirsty than what they think. Again, like ID4, big fat stalk here for the gears, and then left hand indicate with auto rain sensing wipers as well.
I'd be interested to see whether the cruise control is just as fiddly as the ID4 or whether it's a bit better.
Yeah, we should probably give that a test. Okay, what else up here? So, yep,
That's
visors the same. That looks the same as ID4. And then you've got, this is the same as well for powered sunroof, which goes all the way back. It's very nice. And your seats, I just noticed, it's got the Cupra badging too. So,
Ah, yes.
yeah.
It's just, it's really nice. Is this in the base version as well, the rear-wheel drive?
Have to check. Have to check. It's probably worth paying for if it's not. Standard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes with the top spec you think like, oh, like it's a waste of money, but I know I've been saying this a lot with the cars we've been recently reviewing, but you can see where the money is going finally. You know, I think a couple of, not even generations ago, but like, you know, like last year, or not even the year before, it was just only last year, isn't it? And it's like, what are you paying for? You're just paying for the fact that it's from a European brand or something, and it just seemed more expensive for the sake of it. But yeah, at least they've finished these out well, really well.
Good point. The finish is lovely. Good build quality. It looks great. Good trim. One thing will say though, is that down here they could have probably utilised this a bit better in terms of storage. It's just like a hole, right? So I can't even put anything in there, it'll just slide in and out. So there could have been a bit of a lip there to store stuff.
You could fit a very small takeaway thing, but then it will fall, isn't it? It'll probably fall off and then spill onto the floor, and there goes your dinner. Yeah,
I think they've chose design over utility there.
And the pedals don't have play and pause.
No, just standard performance.
But they are
type.
nice, like chrome pedals.
Yeah, so it looks like Joy and I are both happy with it overall. It is a bit more expensive, like we said, but you know, treat yourself, right? Well, I think it's time to test the parking camera and also maybe go for a quick drive. So stay tuned, everyone. Okay, let's do this. Said before, the driving dynamics is just lovely. It's just a nice, supple suspension, good handling. Oh, there's the seatbelt tightening.
I could do without that.
And I think just small enough to get around shopping centres. Let's test that rear reversing camera that Joy was talking about earlier. Just to satisfy, see if it's better than ID4. Let's just try over here, for example. Nice wide spot, no one around. Middle of the day in Chatswood. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Yes. See, I feel like this is better than the camera, than the ID4 camera, which made everything look really warpy, but I'm not sure whether that's because there are no cars around.
All right, I'll grant it, it's less warpy, it's more real life.
Okay.
But there's something with the frame rate or something. There's like, see the car when it was going across was jerky?
Yeah, but I don't mind that. At least it's not warped. I know the resolution's a bit like low as well. It's not great resolution.
That's terrible.
I feel like that is the kind of shot that the other car had.
You're right. At least this is better.
Yeah,
reverse. Yep. No, I agree with that. That's the side shots.
Like I could actually use. Okay, no, not that this one, but I could use this back one to reverse park confidently, as opposed to in the ID4. I felt like.
I see. That's the bad shot. From
That's
the
the bad shot, but that's not the default. You know what I mean?
Look, there's the water on the camera.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. When it
Like,
gets dirty.
can you change the default camera for the ID4? I know you can press it to change it, but like I said, I wouldn't want to have to do that under pressure when I'm parking. Like, if this was the default one, then you know what I mean? That would be good.
Yep. No,
and also the beeps and boops are not overly stressful.
Good point. Yes, they're a bit more muted.
Yep. That's important for me.
No, it's true. It is important. Okay, well, let's go and do some handling. All right, just turning left on the Delhi Road, and we'll go for a test through the curvy part of this road onto the M2. Do some freeway driving there, but Joy and I were just enjoying the sound system in this car. It's fabulous. This is a decent sound system.
Yeah. Anytime I guess my benchmark for me is my car, and anytime I'm in a car that's got like a significantly better sound system, yes, look.
And this is how we test sound system, right, guys? I know you can fiddle with the acoustics and the equalizer, but for me, a sound system flat 0 and it still sounds great. That's a good sound system.
Yeah.
That's the way I test it. So.
And for me, it's whether I can hear the instruments and the voices clearly, as in what they sound like if I was, say, wearing my headphones.
Yeah.
How similar can it reproduce the sound compared to if I was wearing headphones?
Yeah. And the bass just hits you to the core. It's just so nice, so deep.
Without distorting or overpowering other things. Yeah.
It's lovely. Just one thing about the position of my hands at 9 and 3. I know this is where most driving instructors want you to place them these days, but sometimes I've been pushing these buttons, so I feel like they're not...
Is the music too loud, by the way? Do you need to turn it down?
Yeah, okay, turn it down. Just a bit of bit of acceleration there to get in front of that car. But sometimes if I place them like that with my palms there, it'll touch the volume. And same with this side, it'll touch the menu, controls there. So just design point of view, I need to put my thumbs there, otherwise they'll get in the way.
Maybe your hand's too fat.
Oh, thanks. Look at my palms.
No, I'm joking.
Muscular palms.
Yeah. That is kind of a design flaw. If like where you're meant to hold the steering wheel ends up pushing buttons with the palm of your hand.
Yep. You can switch your drive modes down here. I think these are customizable as well from memory. Yep. So I've got it on just comfort. I always have it on comfort or normal, just as a standard metric across the cars we test. Of course, Joe will have it on performance later on. I'm not sure if this car has connectivity or not. I think I saw a clue that it might be with network. I don't know. If you're a Cupra owner, let me know if this has connectivity. One clue is that it's not matching the time zone. See,
again,
44, 45. That's Apple, so that's like
UTC.
Standard. Yep, UTC. But all the stuff, all the infotainment is very similar to the ID4 we had last week. So it just looks slightly different, but the underpinnings are the same. Like all the apps are there. The settings are still a bit troublesome to get through too, but I'm sure you get used to it over time as an owner. And then there's some shortcuts down there as well. One thing I do like is the battery conditioning. So you can charge. You can sort of precondition the battery if it's on a cold day if you're coming up to a DC fast charger. That is quite handy. And quick access to phone projection as well.
And at least the climate and that's all on the bottom. You can change it easily.
Yeah. Now I know this is all-wheel drive. Last week's ID4 was rear-wheel drive, but to me, it drives the same. It drives as in lovely. It's just
on a
lovely.
dry day, though,
dry
sunny day.
Yeah. So again, with VW cars, you can switch it between D and B. So D for like just non-regen or very light regen. B for harder regen. No one-pedal driving, unfortunately, as well. Last week I complained a little bit about the fact that on normal mode, it was a bit too grippy or too much twitch to the acceleration pedal. I don't know whether I'm used to it now or not, but I'm feeling less of that this week with the Cupra. See what Joy thinks when she drives it. See, I just touched the audio again. I couldn't help it. I was going around the corner. Not much road noise coming through, which is good. But we'll test that on the M2 in a second. Okay, we'll just pause there and then we'll do some freeway driving. Okay, I might let that car go ahead a little bit, then we can just foot the floor. It's a bit of a kick down at the end as well. I guess if you're on eco mode or something, you can have a kick down to have that extra burst.
I have to say, it didn't, unless because this time I had a warning, but it didn't feel like it lurched me like it did in the ID4. Was it the ID4, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, admittedly, you didn't warn me about that one, so maybe it's just knowing versus not knowing, but I didn't feel like it was as jerky, if that makes sense.
Well, that fits with what I was saying before. It doesn't feel as twitchy this time around. Let's just...
Like it can be responsive and yet not jerky.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's just put on cruise. So let's press set. There we go. And it's got auto steer at the same time, and then we increase the speed by 1. That's good. I think you'll be happy to know that you can actually. It's not as annoying as the ID4. Yeah, in terms of increasing the speed. Actually, I'll just bring it down to 10. There we go.
Because, I mean, I've only driven it briefly so far, but even then, when I did press, I mean, for me that was pressing the volume button, but it already, it felt more discreet, if that makes sense. And I was like, oh, I wonder whether this translates over to cruise control as well. So it looks like it does.
I think so. It's slightly better. Yep. Just to note,
it's important though. Yeah.
It is definitely. It's these little things. If you're going to use this often, these things do matter over time.
Yeah. Apart from the fact that you push it with your palm.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. Yeah. Just see how it handles this curve. I mean, the ID4 cruise control auto steer was quite good, so I can't imagine this is any different. It's the same platform. Again, it's just nice hugging the curve there without sort of throwing you side to side like other cars. Just want to quickly note on the efficiency as well, just back to this, so if you can just go in there, yep. So hopefully that is in focus. So 19.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers for a good sample size of different journalists, over 1,300 kilometers. Now, the WLTP of this spec sheet says 499. It's not going to make that, because 77 kilowatt hour battery, 19.5, it's not going to even make 400 kilometers. And that's on a full charge, which no one ever really does. So I think, yeah, there's a discrepancy from what Cupra are telling us and the actual real world range. With that kind of efficiency, you're looking at best 350, maybe 370, but yeah, not 400 for sure. So interesting.
But the range that they show there, what's that based
395,
on?
yeah, a bit of a guesstimate maybe.
Because that's 82% as well. So yeah, based on that, you would think that you'd be able to get well over 400, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's something that EV manufacturers could still do better in terms of like efficiency and estimating. I know everyone drives differently, but it should be dynamic to the driver's, style.
And yeah, it doesn't matter day to day, but if you're on a road trip, like 100 kilometers makes a huge difference. You're either going to make it to your stop or you're not.
That's right.
40?
Yeah, shoulder closed. Yeah, but just a lovely drive on the highway, as it was with the ID4. Okay, well, might switch drivers and we'll get Joy to get her thoughts very shortly, so stay tuned everyone. Okay, changing drivers, and I forgot to say there's no rear wiper as well. Too fast backer shape. All right, Joy's turn.
And your stuff did slide. You know how you're saying, that your stuff would slide? It did. It was on the floor and I nearly tripped over it.
All right, looking forward to jumping in the passenger seat here.
Yeah, I pushed it back, but see, this thing
yes.
had flown out all the way.
I was right.
Yep.
Wish that had a lip. Sometimes function over form.
Oh, you have to hold the button for it to go to your position. I just pressed it once and it just started moving towards where I wanted to go. But
yeah, I like how there's similar buttons on the passenger side for profile. It's good. Now, that one.
I guess I had my.
You can change to performance. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And on
B?
Yeah, but it's a shame there's no one pedal driving.
No. Okay, so we're pretty much going back to Chatswood. Nice little left turn for you.
The visibility on this corner is terrible with the trees.
Oh yeah.
Just testing it.
Oh, just testing.
Yeah. Oh, there's the seatbelt.
Gets you every time.
Yeah, it's definitely not as twitchy as the ID4.
Okay, good. It's not just me then.
No. And I am in performance mode.
Wow.
Yeah. And the steering wheel seems a little bit. It's different. I can't explain it. Like, it's still firm.
Yeah.
But there's I don't know. There's like the tiniest bit of give before it does something.
Okay.
The tiniest bit.
So maybe they pulled it back from the ID4. Maybe they got some feedback for the Cupra.
Yeah. It just feels a little bit different. Okay, so I'll do the same thing, give it a bit of...
You do have to merge though. Now I want to show you guys the tunnel, so we'll see the dark mode come on and the lights from the car as well. Looks pretty cool.
And the ID4 didn't have dark mode, did it? Like, it didn't switch automatic.
No,
or maybe it
wasn't
did for
auto.
CarPlay.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, CarPlay.
Yeah. But I feel like you had to change modes.
Yes, there was either light or dark, wasn't it, on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so pretty. Interior lighting and the bronze. Yeah, it feels very, very Mediterranean, that part of the world, right? the color scheme.
Interestingly, I feel like the rear view is not as big as the ID4. Like it's similar to my my Tesla letterbox. I mean, it's not as bad as the Tesla letterbox, but I feel like it's not as big.
It's because it's a fastback, right? So the roof is sloping, rather
so there you
the
go.
back window is sloping more. Does that make sense?
Okay, now how do I set cruise again?
So press set.
Set.
Yep. And then the.
Oh, I could already feel it do something, but
Yeah.
is it?
Yep.
Now what?
See that? That's 78 kph.
Yeah, and how do I do the thing where it like does the lane
So
keeping?
find the middle of the lane.
This one?
No, just leave it, and then yeah, it should be, and then these plus and minus buttons here.
So is it already doing it?
Press set again. There we
Oh,
go.
now it is.
There we go.
And it's set to 87 at the moment, so how do I make it go?
These ones.
This one?
That's it. Yep.
And where does it show what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, okay, way more discreet. But now how do I jump up by 10?
Yeah. So slide your thumb left and right.
Ah, see, that's too hard. Well, as in, what do you mean slide?
Yeah. Anyway.
I feel like that needs to be easier.
Yeah, there is a way to go by 10s.
Okay, but at least by 1s was way easier, and I wouldn't have to look down to do it.
Yep. Yep. Let's take the Lane Cove Road exit, and then you can go through Lady Game Drive. Go through the turns.
Oh, I felt like it suddenly just decided to accelerate.
Yep. I think because cruise disappeared. It's off.
Yeah, I took it off because
Yeah,
it felt
good.
like it was accelerating.
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't have been, because it would only go back up to 100.
Yeah. I mean, like any cruise control system, you just take some time to get used to it. Well, it's a comfortable ride for me as the passenger. I'm enjoying it.
It's funny, like, just with the way it drives, I would have expected the cars to be switched. Like, I would expect the ID4 to drive like the Cupra and the Cupra to drive like the ID4. Just based on looks,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But see, my preference is for this driving style. This is a lot nicer to drive because it's not so twitchy for me. I feel like I'm in control more.
I like the super twitchiness of the other car.
Yes, you made that very clear.
Yeah.
We'll go left here.
But I really didn't like I didn't like the infotainment screen, but the deal breaker for that one was really that rear view camera, which this one is not an issue. Like, it's fine.
Okay, we'll take Lady Game Drive and then we'll come back to you guys very shortly. Okay, so turning right onto Lady Game Drive.
Yeah. One interesting thing, I don't think I've accidentally set off any of the buttons. Just saying.
Oh,
Obviously,
no.
I've got a slimmer
Fat
hand.
palms.
See, look, I'm nowhere. Like, I don't actually. It just occurred to me as we were turning. Like, I don't think that's actually. And I'm holding it.
We're not all as slender as you.
I think you must hold it like this or something.
Okay, fine, it's just me then. Oh, that just rolled over that bump like nothing. It's so smooth.
There was a bump.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
There was definitely a bump.
Interesting though. So it must be the way you must rotate your hand more this way rather than.
Yeah, I can see your palms are not quite over it, yeah.
They're not.
Interesting.
I avoided that pothole. I know I could have gone over it to see what it felt like, but
Yep. Well, that's why we're not AI, we are humans. We drive differently.
yeah. It is a very nice drive though, still, isn't it? Not as twitchy, which, to be fair, is probably way more comfortable for a passenger.
Is it still simply lovely?
It's not as simply lovely. It's lovely, but it's not simply lovely.
Oh, you reserve simply lovely for other cars, not this one.
It is still lovely though, don't get me wrong.
It is nice.
But I haven't been as giggly happy over a car compared to the ID4, which was amazingly twitchy.
Ah, well, it's still Volkswagen, they'll be happy.
Where am I going?
Let's go straight.
Okay.
See how this handles the roundabout.
Oh, what's happening in it?
Roadworks are plenty. That rattling is my mints, by the way, just in the storage area.
Yep.
Straight on.
Straight on? Okay.
Yep. We can turn left at the roundabout. There's some more twisting roads there.
Wait, here?
Yep, this one.
Okay.
Nice indicator noise.
Yeah, although I have to put my foot on the brake, you see, because
Oh, yeah,
it's not
true.
one pedal driving.
True, true.
I could see how maybe, the way I'm holding it now, it might come close to possibly pressing the volume.
I see, I only have that problem when I'm turning,
Yeah.
when I'm rounding
So
corners.
I noticed it then too.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, yeah, when I am going around a corner, I might, yeah, turn it a bit more that way.
Yeah.
So there you go. It didn't actually go off though, just saying.
Ay. It's a smooth ride. Here's a pothole.
Yep.
Yeah. Not much. Another one. Some speed bumps coming up and chicanes. Yeah, here's a good question. How does this compare with the Tesla all-wheel drive that we had last week, or a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. I mean, that was certainly a much windier road.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably a little bit better than this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this is actually so different from the ID4. It's actually doing things to my brain because I'm like, it's the same car, is it not, kind of thing? But
But you can tune it differently.
yeah. Again, I'm like, how is it so different? Which I guess rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive was already so different. That's the thing, isn't it? This is an all-wheel drive,
Yes.
but it doesn't feel that much better.
Do you feel more sure-footed, more stable?
No, like it doesn't actually feel that much different from the ID4.
It's got bigger tires, that's for sure.
Yeah, right? But it doesn't feel as it does not feel as grippy as the all-wheel drive Tesla. And again, I don't know whether that's just the steering is just a little bit more loose than I would prefer it, even in so-called performance mode. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I was overthinking what this car would be based on its looks. You know what I mean? Because it looks
great.
so like, you know, performance tuned and like really like aggressive looking, but it drives very sensibly, which is good.
And 0 to 105 point something, so
Yeah,
not
so
super
it's not
quick.
slow, but
No. Well,
interesting.
back
Very
on the highway.
interesting.
What we'll do is go to Chatswood, make sure it works at the supercharger, which I'm sure it will because it's MEB platform, and then we'll give our final thoughts on the car versus the market. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll come back to you shortly. All right, good news, everyone. It is charging here in Chatswood at a V4 Tesla supercharger. So
And can I just say, it looks so pretty. The lights.
yeah, it does.
Yeah. There's RGB lighting and there's RGB lighting, and this is really nice.
Yeah, it looks fab. I know the charge rate's not very fast, but that's because it's on a high state of charge at the moment. So, but the good news is that yes, just like the ID4, it is good for Tesla supercharger. And I should also say, I forgot to say this earlier, there's no nav on the screen, so you've got to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto for navigation. Alright, so here comes the summary of our video, and before I forget, I just wanted to thank Cupra Australia once again for loaning us the Tavascan for the week. Looking at our spreadsheet now, which is starting to fill out, fantastic. Great to see some European entrants as well, from VW in the ID4 last week and also the Cupra Tavascan now. Look, they are on the more expensive side of the spectrum, of course. This is starting at $69.90, Driveaway from $71.90, so a fair lot more expensive than the others.
It's, I think, really only more expensive than the other Chinese-made cars, though, because it's about on par, I think, with the Korean cars, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so, yeah. If you look at the Kia EV6 and maybe even the Hyundai Ioniq 5 as well, yeah, they're a bit more expensive than the Chinese, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess this is technically kind of a Chinese car, you could consider. So I guess it's expensive for a Chinese car.
True. It's produced in Anhui province, as we said, in China. It is more expensive than the Volkswagen 94, but as we said earlier, I think there are different qualities to this car.
It's like, you can see where the money's gone, though. There's a reason why it's more expensive.
What would make someone buy this car over an ID4, for example?
I mean, if looks are important to you, and honestly, if you're going to drive this car every day, and you're going to be sitting in it and looking at it every day, this car is, yeah, it just looks so much better than the other car, inside and out. And I think this is probably the first time we have both agreed that we like the outside of the car. I don't think we've ever really agreed on the outside of the car before. Normally, if you like it, I don't like it, and if I like it, you don't like it. But I feel like this is the first time we both really like it.
That's true.
So,
can we objectively say it's a good-looking car then?
I don't know whether you can objectively say it, but you can say that it probably suits more people's tastes of what looks like a good car.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And look, it's got a decent-sized battery, although the efficiency is questionable. So I think compared to ID4, you're probably going to get less range for the same amount of energy. Otherwise, driving dynamics, as we said on the drive part, probably a bit gentler, not so twitchy for acceleration.
So you liked it better, and me not as much.
So that's subjective from that point of view. Rear-wheel drive for the base spec, which is good as well. And yeah, decent charging speed, 135. Well, yeah, the ID4 is better in that regard, 175 kilowatts, but both can charge at 11 kilowatts and both can tow at 1 ton as well. Both have a similar warranty for both vehicle and battery. So yeah, between the ID4 and the Cupra Tavascan, I personally would probably pick this car just because I think it looks better. And I think the driving dynamics are better as well.
And I would say, even though the driving was a bit nicer in the ID4, just for me personally, I guess it is a little bit too twitchy, isn't it? I don't know. But the sound system in this one, my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, it is worth paying more just for the sound system.
It's a class above.
Yeah, like, if I'm going to have to be in the car and listening to music, like, for me, it is worth paying for this sound system. It is a fantastic sound system, and it's worth a shout out.
Agreed. I guess the question now is it worth the extra money compared to the Chinese cars? We can't escape that question, right?
Well, I think this screen stuff lets it down,
software.
as usual, and no one-pedal driving. So if one-pedal driving is important to you, then probably not this one. But at least the reversing camera was okay for me in this one, and also no scary beeps and boops. Like, yeah, reasonable beeps and boops.
Yep. So I guess the front runners of the Chinese lot would be obviously Tesla Model Y, Xpeng G6, BYD C-Line 7. You know, they're a fair amount
I would
cheaper.
take this over a C-Line.
You would? Oh,
This is so much nicer.
It is. It does look a lot better.
Yeah.
But the tech, I must say, of course, is better in the BYD even.
But not for
Not driving dynamics.
what do you call it?
No.
And also ping-ponging.
Oh yes, ADAS. Yes,
No,
and self-drive. Cruise control.
Cruise control.
That's it.
Lane
Active cruise
keeping.
control.
I could not think of
Auto
the
steer.
word.
All that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and also the Chinese cars generally have LFP battery as well. So if that's important to you, being able to charge 100% every day, then this may not be an option, because this is an MC, so 80-90% most days. Yeah. But it is a bigger battery for the base spec, 77 kilowatt hours compared to, say, 60 generally for the base models for the
But
Chinese
again, I
cars.
feel like it's just using more battery, isn't it? This one.
Yes.
You don't get more kilometers for a bigger battery.
Yes, so efficiency is questionable for this
Yes.
car. Yep, correct. Yeah, so well, look, I'm happy there's actually more choice, not just from China, but from Europe as well. So starting to see that fill out, and we'll try to review more and more cars for you guys as time goes on. Hopefully, try and get the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Apparently there's a redo or refresh coming soon, so that'll be nice to see. An American car.
You just want to sit in this car. Like, you don't actually want to get out of this car. It just looks so nice on the inside. You just don't want to get out. Like,
It is a plush
you want to have an
vehicle.
excuse to go
Yeah.
go driving.
It is lovely.
Yeah. It's just a shame about the Yeah, the infotainment, and like there's no there's no navigation or anything,
No.
is it? So you have to use Apple CarPlay,
Which is at least wireless.
yes. So I suppose who needs native navigation when everyone probably these days will hook up to
True,
CarPlay
but-
or Android.
That means no native trip planning if it's not hooked up to the battery, right? So still need that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Volkswagen will improve from that point of view. Otherwise, final thoughts?
It's a pretty car. Yeah, it's worth it just for how nice it looks on the outside, how nice it is on the inside, and the sound system.
How good it sounds.
Yep.
Those things are important.
It is. Yep.
Indeed. Well, thanks very much for watching, everyone. From Joy and myself on Ludicrous Feed. Until the next review, it's happy charging.